Hey guys, Namaste and welcome to our YouTube channel Tutor Pratik. On today's CSS session, we are going to learn about position property of our CSS. By using this position property in CSS, we can fix our any HTML elements into any space of our web page. Like if you want to make our menu bar always stick on our top of our web page, or if you want to make your HTML elements always fix on your right bottom side or anywhere you want, we can use this position property in CSS. So to learn how to use this position property and what are the different values for this position property, please watch this video till end. And before we start, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell button that it will be notified whenever we publish our new session videos. So let's start today's session. The position property specifies the type of positioning method used for an element. The position property specifies the type of positioning method used for an element. There are 5 different position values. They are static, relative, fixed, absolute, and sticky. After applying these position values, we can able to use top, bottom, left, and right properties for specifying its position. So let's begin coding for live testing for our CSS position property. For now, I am going to create one div in our body section. Now on first, let's give the position property for our div and let's give the static value. The static value is the default value that applied for the position of each HTML element. So the static position value positioned in the normal flow manner. On this static position value, the top, bottom, right and left properties will not affect it. Even we give the top value 100 pixels, it will not be affected for our div because we have used this static position value. If we add some text or paragraphs, the position of our static positioned div will be as a normal flow. So this static position value is the default value for each HTML elements that we use in our web page. So if we change the value for this position static to relative, here we use the position as a relative and we gave the top and left value. So when we give the position relative, the top and left values will be counted from its normal position. As our div is just below of this paragraph, our normal position will be here, and from this normal position, our div is shifted 100 pixels from the top side and 20 pixels from its normal left side. Now when we change the position value of div to fixed instead of using this relative, now the top and left values that we given will be applied from our top of our page. That means when we use this fixed position value, our div will be positioned according to our viewport. As here we can see that our div element is positioned 100 pixels from our top of our page and 20 pixels from the left side of our page. Now let's make some changes for these values. Top 0 and let's give the right value also a 0. So our div will be attached at our top right side corner. For making our web page scrollable, let's give some padding values for our p element. Now whenever we scroll our content, we can see that our content will move up but the div will still remains on our top right side. That means when we use this fixed position property, our div element will be always fixed on that place at where we applied these positioning values. Now let's change our position value to absolute. When we applied absolute value for our position property, our div will be positioned according to its nearest parent element. For now, this div element's nearest parent element is the viewport. If we add this absolute position div inside the another div, then this div will be positioned according to its nearest div element. For testing this absolute position property, let's create two divs with different classes. Now I added two divs. First one is of class relative and second one is of class absolute. And on our CSS, I defined this relative div class as a position relative, and I gave 1 pixel solid grain borderline, and I gave 300 pixel by 400 pixel its height element. Now as our div class absolute is inside of the div class relative, and our absolute div class has a position value absolute, so our absolute div element will be positioned according to our nearest div elements, that is relative div class. Like, let's change the value of top and right. Top 20 pixel and left 50 pixel. Now after applying the top and left value for the position absolute for this absolute div box, our absolute div box is positioned according to its parent or the nearest HTML element, that is this relative div box. And as we given the top 20 pixel and left 50 pixel, our absolute div box is positioned according to our this relative box, 20 pixel from the top and 50 pixel from the left side. If we change the value for our relative box like top 20 pixel and left 30 pixel, now we can see that our relative box is positioned according to its normal position. That means 20 pixel from its normal position and 30 pixel from its normal position. But our absolute div value remains the same position according to its nearest parent element. That is, the absolute box is still remains the top 20 pixel from its nearest parent div element and 50 pixel from the div element related. So we can use this absolute position to make position our HTML elements according to its nearest parent element. Now again we have another position value, that is sticky. For testing the sticky position, I have created two divs with class A and B, and I gave some normal background color padding and border properties on both. And also I added some paragraph text, and I placed these two A and B div elements just after some paragraphs. Now on our A class of div, let's give a position sticky and give the top value 0. Now when I scroll down, we can see that all the contents are scrolled up, but the sticky A div is sticked on the top of our page. If you want to stick this B div just after this A div, we can give the position for this B div as sticky, and on the top value let's give 30 pixel. Now let's check it in our browser. When I scroll, our sticky A is sticked on our top, and again when scrolling, now we can see that our sticky B is also sticked just below of our sticky end. And when again I scroll upside, it comes to its normal position. And by using this sticky position, we can create our menu bars which will be stick on our top side when we scroll down our website content. In this way, by using the position property of the CSS, we can make position of any HTML elements as per our requirement like fixed, absolute, relative or sticky. That's all for today. We will come back soon with new interesting videos. Until then, take care, goodbye.